Hey everybody, I am making this video it's a talk video, and I'm going to talk about the Mandela effect and about a little bit of background into physics and quantum computing and CERN, everything that's been going on lately. It's very strange, a little troubling. It's fucking weird, and more shit's being brought up and put on the internet every day. And a lot of people are refusing to accept straight facts. I mean, I've been with family members, and for instance, uh, cup o soup is now cup soup. A lot of people accept the change, that it was always there. They will convince themselves, okay, wait a second, this can't be happening. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'd be crazy to feed into something like this. So I'm just going to accept something that fucking changed and now it's cup soup. There's some theories out there about Katy Perry, her name being Kate Perry. Whatever. That shit, it's minor. The ones that really stick out, you cannot deny. Forrest Gump, life was like a box of chocolates. I watched it and maybe it could have been his accent, life was like a box of chocolates. But when you hear him say it, in other instances, very clearly while doing that accent, he says life is like a box of chocolates. So I don't know, it's some crazy shit. But when you watch these videos on YouTube, not only keep an open mind to believe what you see and research it yourself, because that's the most important thing of all. Because anybody can make a picture and make it say whatever the fuck you want. I can go right now and change anything, okay? But video, like movies, okay, those are hard to manipulate. Actual movies, okay? And if any of you seen the Moonraker film or remember the scene where Jaws and the blonde chick were smiling at each other, I remember she had braces. Clear as fucking day. So I send, the video to my dad, and he knows the movie, okay? And he sees it and he says, she had braces in the scene before. That was when she had them off. What the fuck? So I told him, okay, send me a video of her with braces on. There is no video with her having braces on. But he remembered it. And what did he do when I told him that? Nothing. I haven't got a response back yet. So some people refuse to accept reality. Okay? That's the whole Illuminati, Freemasonry, conspiracy. It's to confuse the masses, okay? The elite. And when I say elite, I mean, it does mean money, because money brings power, and well, King Solomon, he asked for wisdom over money, and I would want wisdom over money any day. Well, the thing about it is the Freemasons, okay, they've been around for very fucking long time, and they have this knowledge about our universe. This knowledge that there are other dimensions, there are parallel universes. Okay, now think about this for a second. There is a certain number of molecules or particles in the universe, and everything affects everything else, right? So if one molecule was moving relative to another molecule, it's going to affect the other fucking molecule, right? That would eliminate free will. There would be no free will in our world if there was not other timelines, parallel universes, alternate dimensions, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So what's happening right now, okay, we're living in a computer simulation. As crazy as that may sound to some of you, look up Mikio Kaku's lectures on it. Stephen Hawking entertains the idea of a holographic universe. Look up black hole research, white hole research, wormholes, quantum tunneling. There's just so many sources you can go to, but what I tell you is don't take any one video and just take it for scripture. Actually go and do the research yourself. And if you don't have time, fucking don't go to Starbucks tomorrow. They support fucking, they want to bring all the refugees in and hire them. So fuck Starbucks. I love their fucking iced lattes, you know, the ridiculously expensive $3 fucking coffees they sell at the gas station, Speedway. But I haven't got one since I've heard that. So skip Starbucks. Don't go to the fucking gym. Okay? Take the goddamn day off work if you have to. Research this shit. Besides the Mandela effect, I want you to go to a video from CERN. CERN. It's in Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland, and it's the Large Hadron Particle Collider Accelerator. And in the video, if you fast forward it to 2 minutes and 13 seconds, a couple seconds past that, there's a guy holding a fucking cardboard sign around his neck, okay? Look it up. The sign says Mandela, okay, on the sign in front, which is lower than the first sign, and the sign in back, which is raised up higher, says Bond number 1. Now, most people think the first James Bond was Sean Connery. Even a few people I talked to. Well, I looked it up on the internet. I want you to too. The first James Bond's last name was Nelson, okay? And what that CERN video is doing is it's maybe it's not to show you, but it's kind of like, maybe it's bragging rights. Like, hey, we opened up another fucking dimension and we altered the timeline. Maybe they did an experiment, okay, with just Nelson Mandela. Because a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people throughout the world, remember him dying in the 80s or 1991. There's even articles and books, nonfiction books, that say that he died, okay, in prison. Not the case in this reality. And you can find a video of George Bush, not George H. Bush, George W. Bush, saying that Mandela is dead. Why would he say that? At a briefing or press conference or whatever the hell they're doing in that video, I don't know, but look it up. That's all I ask. Just do the research for yourself. And to get more to my point, though, that's CERN's way of showing you, hey, you know, maybe they went back in time and just, let's try to change the fact that Nelson Mandela died. And they did. And what is happening now is, I like to call it the Back to the Future effect, when he has that picture and it starts erasing everything. They opened up a wormhole, gateway to another dimension, reality, whatever the fuck it may be. Okay, they're playing God. And what happened is they changed that one event, and now little things are happening because the grandfather paradox states that if you go back in time and kill your grandfather, you could never have been born, so how do you exist, right? Well, the only way around that to where time travel would be theoretically possible is alternate realities. alternate realities. That's the only way that the grandfather paradox and other paradoxes as well, I could bring them up, but I'm trying to make this video under a certain amount of time so you can watch it, do your research, and look up whatever else you have to look up. I've been thinking these things for a long time before they even came to fruition, okay? I've been extensively studying theoretical physics, quantum mechanics, quantum physics, double slit experiment, quantum tunneling, the Schrodinger cat equation, Einstein's theory of relativity, Stephen Hawking's black hole, thermodynamics. I've read, Brian Greene's book. He puts things in layman's terms. He's not really far out there as a free thinker, but he does explore a lot of these ideas. He just doesn't go in depth. Mikio Kaku, I would definitely recommend him. He's very good at explaining, these hard to understand scientific theories with the regular person. So, and also Stephen Hawking. He's good, but if you're looking for if you're looking for the shit that's behind the Mandela effect, start studying science and quantum computing. Here's the things you need to study. Quantum computing, okay? Quantum computing, the Schrodinger cat, black hole radio, or black some shit. I don't know. My fucking mind's blowing right now. I'm very tired. I've been up watching this shit all night. The double slit experiment. That's pretty fucking interesting. Watch the video, understand it, learn it. Another thing. If you're into paranormal shit, go to the Skull SCOLE experiments. It's about an hour and a half video. Watch that fucking video. Okay. There's a lot of crazy shit going on. I mean, I'm not going to be wearing a tinfoil hat later on and fucking looking for aliens, but I'm telling you right now, this Mandela effect, there's some shit going on, okay? And it's subtle right now, but I believe it's going to start getting a lot more, there's going to be a lot more things, and people are going to start waking the fuck up. Because a lot of people refuse to accept this, and it's just driving me crazy, because if I had something I had to share with somebody, say, hey, this is fucking crazy, look what's going on, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy, but they relate to some of this shit, like, oh, Staples didn't have that hook in the fucking L. It didn't have it. I'm not fucked up in my memory. It didn't have it. Kit Kat had a fucking dash. Kit Kat had a dash. Kit Kat had a dash. Right in the middle, between the kid and the cat. Imodium, AD, it had 2 M's. It did. Okay? Depend was depends. Chuck E. Cheese's was Chuck E. Cheese. It was Chuck E. Cheese. Without the S. There's so many more examples, but this shit is just crazy. The Volkswagen emblem has a split between the V and the W, which it did not have that before. And if you want to find a video with the proof of that it didn't have it before, look up Knocked Up with Seth Rogen. The scene where they're driving in their Volkswagen. Just look up Knocked Up Mandela Effect and you'll see it. Look up anything with Mandela Effect. Anything you can think of. Do the research yourself. You can look up any fucking movie. Shazam. Remember that movie, Shazam? The Genie, Sinbad. They have a full fucking biopic on it. About how he was basically the babysitter for the 2 kids that were left at home alone by their dad or some shit like that as their names. And he don't remember making that fucking movie. That's the thing about this, is why doesn't he remember? Why doesn't he remember making that movie? Because I remember him being in that movie. Not to be confused with Kazam, with Shaquille O'Neal, which was a spin-off of Shazam, which did happen. Do the research. Tell me what you think. Like the video if you agree that the Mandela effect is real, and then thumbs down it if you don't, and we'll just see what kind of response we get on here. Till the next video.